Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, the bad news is that I couldn't find a replacement for the slides, for the glass slides. The plastic that I've used do not fit. Maybe I'll I'll get the actual glass slides later, maybe next week. But for now, it's a bit of a problem. So what I've done is I cleaned the only slide that I have. I know that some of you will be a little bit disappointed because especially those that haven't seen the slides before. But yeah, I had to clean it. The one that I've shown you in the last previous two videos with slide. Because I want to see more stuff, so I cleaned it. And I placed like a long strip of this mixture. This mixture, actually, it's, as you see, the idea was that to create rings, but it didn't work. Maybe because I didn't have the correct materials, and maybe because the symbols are just too small. But what's great here is that it's a good glass. It's the container is used. It was the one that used for the black goo. It's a good glass. It's contained a lot of. It's a very thick mixture. Not and it was connected to the electrolysis for the last couple of days, almost continuously. So they had energy, and at least the bottom layers were airtight. And so it's a good example of a mixture that contained Niros, and that supposedly worked on something. And it's a good mixture to that I thought perhaps to just show how Niros in their in a relatively rich mixture, how they look for people that actually have never seen them, or maybe just in photographs and they don't believe. I don't know what's the problem. So we should take a look under the microscope. I shall tell you that there are no tiny diamond rings, even though there are some constructions. It looks like it's something on the way for a diamond ring, but it's difficult to say if it's something that is coincidence or not. Each one will because ring is kind of it's a trivial shape. It's something round with, and they have and they have done some carving and mining for certain. You could see that even this slide that there is there was they worked on mining, and you can see it. But sometimes it's difficult to say if the intention was actually to create a ring. In any way, it's in a microscopic scale. But there are quite a bit of Niros here, so you should take a look. None of them are with yellow pools, and I think that this is due to the lack of substantial magnetic field. Of course, there is the magnetic field that is, the electrolysis itself, create a very, very, very weak magnetic field, and the Earth has got a magnetic field, but it's not substantial, and my assumption that this is why we don't see the yellow pools, but this is yet to be proven. Maybe even later today, we will see. But you will be able to see Niros here. So first of all, I will tell for the newcomers that sometimes you can actually Niros. Their shape is quite trivial, so it's sometimes you can confuse it with other things, especially air bubbles. But air bubbles are thicker and and only translucent, and Niros are actually they are they are empty inside. It's so you can see everything when it's it's not it's like a ring. So and an air bubble is it's a bubble. So you can only see distorted image of the things that below. So and air bubbles are almost always they come in very they are always grouped together because almost always. So there are other ways to distinguish. But another thing that you can there are actually life forms that looks like Niros. Most of my mixtures contain no life forms at all, or only imitations, sculptures of life forms, things like that, but not real life forms, because I almost always use a lot of anti-life solvents in the mixture. Iodine and hydrogen peroxide, alcohol. Actually, I ran out of alcohol. I need to get some more. So and the Niros themselves are anti-life. They like to kill germs. Although, as I said before, sometimes they lose in the battle. It's sometimes you eat the bar and sometimes the bar eats you. So I really like Big Lebowski. Anyway, so what you want to see here are mainly Niros, but not every one thing is a Niro. But sometimes it's very, very it's very clear, especially with the thin ones. The fat ones are actually, there are thin ones and fat ones. The fat ones are actually it's a kind of like more confusing to make the distinction between them and other like entities. Anyway, let's take a look how like a mixture of Niros after a couple of like good couple of days, but collected to electrolysis and with like a little bit of sugar and I mean I like things that they like I mean there was a little bit of oil here and scraps of beeswax that I had, and like so it's kind of like positive. It's not airtight and it's not in freezing temperature, but it's relatively, it's much better like than just being spread thinly over like a microscope slide without any protection. So let's see how it looks, and maybe I'll use the plastilina here so it will be more convenient. It will take me just a second to actually prepare it, so wait a second here. Just a second. Okay, looks good. You still with me? Yes, very good. Just a second. It's kind of like a hack, but it will substantially reduce the shaking, so you will thank me. Nope. What's the problem here? Better like that. Yep. Gute. Just a second. Yep. Looks good. Okay. Here we go. Okay, it doesn't look like it should be. Wait a second. Something is obviously wrong. Just to say, wait a second. Okay, this is better. Next looks better. Okay, we are getting there. Nice. So just a second. Sorry for these technical problems. What can you do? Just a second, sorry. So maybe we'll do without it, and for the next time I'll try to use the motion control better. Anyway, let's start. With whatever we got, let's start. These are certainly Niros, and a ton of them. The round one, of course, the perfectly round ones, not the creations. You see, this one is a lovely one. You see several really lovely ones here. You see, they've done some mining. We see some mining operation. You see, Niro's near the mining operation. These are pretty big ones, and these, you see, this is clearly a mining operation. You see that they place the rocks like in formation. Is this supposed to be a ring? I don't know. Probably just a coincidence. Let's do a zoom in here. More light. Focus. And there are two, one besides the bigger one. This is 16 times 10, so magnification of 160. You see all sort of Niros, I mean all sizes, all sort of sizes. I can use the maximum magnification of 1000. Actually, it's not a maximum because the maximum is 515 100, but I need to use the bigger, I mean the lens. I can't do it without freeing my hand, so it's not a big problem, but I can do it about 1000 now. The problem is that from experience, this is difficult to see things without any liquid. And there is very little liquid here, so I mean the maximum magnification is tricky, but we'll find a place with a little bit of liquid, and we will try to get a maximum magnification. Maybe that's a good place for maximum magnification. You need all the light that you can with the maximum magnification. This is going to be tricky, but let's try to see something. Okay, so we do see something. This is a magnification of about 1000. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so it is difficult to maneuver in this kind of in this large magnification. It's nice just to watch them in very. These are called the smaller ones, but as I say, they come in every size. Like in every zoom level, you can see them. These are all material, I think. Let's do again go zoom out to see where we are. Actually, it's difficult to maneuver in this kind of in the large magnification. So much light. Okay. Maybe we should find a place to do the zoom in again. An interesting place. An interesting place to zoom in will be perhaps beside like one of the, how I call them, the diamonds. Yes, just like this. So this is a diamond, not a real diamond, of course, surely, just a piece of something that was mined from somewhere. Let's zoom in here. Do maximum light. This is magnification of about 1000 now. Can we actually... Oh, it's a little bit difficult to see anything like that, actually. Okay, so actually my hand is getting tired a little bit because I have no like support. So next time I'll try to manage to get like a better support for the camera. But I mean, so for all the new, it was mostly, this video was mostly for the newcomers. Nothing really extraordinary for those that follow me for some time, but yes, it was still important to show you stuff. And I will promise to find replacements for the slide, because actually I want to keep like some of the slides, but now I need to clean it every time I want to prepare a new one. So I either need to get like more glasses or find like a good replacement, like a sturdy plastic, but it should be like in exactly, it's like a very narrow range of sizes, because if it's too thin like that one, it's just, you can't see everything, because it doesn't, the clutches can't catch it, like the clutches of the microscope, like the claws of the microscope, and also, it's too dirty and scratched, and if it's too thick like this one, so again, the clutches, the claws can't catch us, and it's just too thick, so it needs to be just in the right width, and so I need to find something appropriate. Okay, that will be all.